Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your summer general A&P. So we have new development. It looks like your McGraw-Hill should be working. So that's a great thing, considering about 1,000 of your points comes from McGraw-Hill. So again, all you'll need to do is click this McGraw-Hill Connect and then click one of those, and it should open you and take you out to McGraw-Hill to this particular assignment. Actually, it'll take you to a screen with options. It doesn't look like this, but you can get it to look like this. Half your screen will have go to the assignment on the left side. Then over here, it'll say on the right side, say go to section home. If you click that, then this is what it'll end up looking like. Again, you do have a couple of virtual text. You can use OpenStax for your I guess, reading assignments. I mean, I wouldn't expect you're just going to be reading textbooks. So, um, s- I think A&P Key Concepts here is an excellent book. It's got embedded videos. OpenStax is also great because you can scan it. It's got notes. So I'll show you a few of those key features as well. In fact, might as well do that now. So click on A&P Key Concepts. Start you at Well, it'll start you probably at the title page, but um, anyhow, you can navigate to the table of contents. He has some short videos embedded, so you can watch those. Eh, It's a lot of excellent stuff in here that'll help encourage and enable you to understand what's going on as you go. It's just as good, if not better, than OpenStax, in my opinion. So anyway, check out the e-text, which is called A&P Key Concepts. This other one's a practice atlas. So you can go to body organization, regions of the head, and study those. Just click each one. I'll tell you where they are. Yeah, so you can go through. This is a practice lab manual, which is excellent as well. So anyway, both of those are great at eText. I'll talk about OpenStax in a little bit, just to give you kind of a tour and some of the tools that go with that. All right, so before I give you kind of a synopsis of what I expect for McGraw-Hill, I also want to open up your unit lab assignments. A safety training quiz, again, that's extra credit. If you decide to do it, you don't have to. But anyway, here's your Unit 1 lab assignment. And again, I want to reiterate, you need to make your own copy of this. So you just hit File, Download, Microsoft Doc. Actually, I have to sign it. Maybe re-sign in, but anyway. So when you open it, that may be, your options may be limited to, download as a Word doc, or make a copy. So you can do either one. And then what you're going to want to do is either highlight these in green if you know what the definitions are. You can type definitions in. You can copy and paste definitions in from OpenStax or the eText. Um, so basically, the way this is set up, like the first almost 80, here we go, first 79 are going to be from Unit 1. And then the next batch, number 80 through 96, that's going to be just a little bit of chemistry. Then after that, you'll have some cell stuff, and then some tissue stuff, and then a few things regarding skin. Okay. So how you check these off that you know them or have a basic understanding of all of these terms, that's really up to you. So you can highlight them in green. Like I said, you could put an X in there. You could put, some students put a Y in there. So when I say highlight, you can take it and come up here and do something like that. Eh, It's really up to you. That's the simplest way of checking them off. Some students tell me they go through initially and just kind of use prior knowledge and just check off what they do know or highlight or whatever. Then the ones that are kind of fuzzy on, they actually look them up, put the definition in. But I wanted to show you, uh, you can kind of do, there we go. You can kind of do this and your McGraw-Hill stuff at the same time. I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. So anyway, after you get those done, there are some identifications and labelings and other things that you want to do. And again, these are going to be found in OpenStax, in my lecture notes, in my PowerPoints, in McGraw-Hill. This stuff's everywhere, so you should have no trouble finding it. And then again, my course YouTube channel will also have the key, so you want to check your work. Hmm. I'm going to undo that. I did that in class the other day as an example. Oops. I'll show you what I mean with this. So then another way to doing these, the whole thing, is using your McGraw-Hill to go back and forth. So you can click this, hit begin. And the way these APRs are set up, it's a lot of terminology, labeling, identification, and then at the end you'll have some quizzes or a quiz for each one. That's some quizzes collectively. Um, so this is part one or activity one of unit one, intro to the body. So you click the term. You can change the highlight if you want. And then this is the key here. Hit that I, hit that, and it'll give you the definition. Now, when you're doing some of your terms over here. So here we go. So we have coronal plane. It tells you it divides body into front and back sections. So hit info, and you can copy, or you can copy the whole thing. I do Control C, and then I'd come over here. Oh, there's anatomical position right there. There's frontal coronal. So then you can hit Control Shift V, and we don't need that also known as because it already shows that. So you can paste that in there. So again, I'll go back over here. I can go back to an activity. So I want to go back here. Here's anatomical position. I can copy that, come over here, and go here. Control Shift, reference point. Okay. So those are a couple of ways that you can take, track your, take notes or whatever. There we go. All right. So anyhow, median plane, transverse plane. And as you keep going, you see more terms. So here we go. And again, they're going to match up. So if you come over here, interior, info, you can copy that. paste that over into here if you want. I mean, those are just suggestions. How you do it, it's totally up to you. Or maybe you'll do that with some of them. I don't know. It's totally up to you. Let's see. So I'm gonna go. Now, if you want the whole batch to show back up, you just hit this clipboard, and then there you go. And now you have to click each one of these to be able to move on to the next activity. And I know, the tendency would potentially be to just click, 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 just to get everything done. I wouldn't advise that unless you definitely know these. I already know these. I could click, 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 and move on. But if you're new to this or you haven't seen these in a while, I would definitely take my time and click each one. Click the I for info. You can even hit this speaker and it'll sound it out for you. And then there's the description. Anyway, those are my suggestions for how to do that. And then so it just keeps going, as you can see. Here's another, kind of matches some of your fill-ins down here too. Anyhow, there are these are body systems, so because you need to know body systems, so make sure I mean, you're forced to go through all of these. But again, how much detail and how in depth you go, that's really up to you. And then ultimately in these, you're going to get to there's homeostasis. There are some questions in your back over here in your unit lab. It's really module one lab. I don't know why I call it unit one, module one lab. Either way. Uh, so then you're going to get to this point where you're going to have a quiz. So click take quiz, and it's time. You get 25 minutes on this quiz. Tonsils are associated with which system? And again, you can click out, go into OpenStax. If you had the book, not just OpenStax, but the other book with this open, you could go into there, or just quiz yourself on your knowledge on what you know. So it gives you your results in real time. So if I get it correct, it'll say correct. Then I go to the next one. If I get it incorrect, uh, I'll just click one, nervous system. It tells me it's incorrect and then what the correct answer is. So you keep going and go to the next one. And you do that. You have 25 minutes, 25 questions. Once you're done, hit submit. You'll have the score for the whole assignment. If you want to retake the quiz, you can just retake the quiz. Um, so anyway, that is what you want to do there. Now let's go. I want to get out of this one and basically head back over to one of the other units. So I'm trying to see if I can be able to do that now. So it looks like I have to hit return to instructor view, which is fine. So anyway, that's unit one, and you're going to want to complete that. Let's see, let me get back into your and then you're also going to want to, in order to complete this activity, there are questions on cells, chemistry, cells, tissues, and skin. So this will have some cells, tissues, and skin identification. And then also under here is the Module 1 exam. Now, the exam, I'll open it up. This is from a big pool of questions. Several of you have emailed me about the exam. So it's going to be 50 multiple choice questions covering organization of the body, intro to the body, chemistry, cells, tissues, and skin. Now, we don't cover a lot of chemistry. However, the pool does have several chemistry questions in it that maybe you didn't cover. There might be some cell physiology questions in there we didn't really get too deep into. That's okay. What I want you to do is still research them and try to find the answer. You can come out over into a different tab. You can even open the ebook right here, either one of them, and that'll open it in a new tab, and then you can use that to assist you. So you have a lot of different ways to get to the bottom of the answers. So I do, in the clinical setting, that's how we promote, using as many tools as you can to get everything understood properly. Um, so yeah, don't feel like, you didn't cover it, you don't know it. If you don't know it, this is your opportunity to dig a little deeper. So I have no problem with that. I don't expect any students to open this 50 question test and just zip through it and get everything right, unless you're, using other tools, and that's perfectly fine. It's 2026. We approach learning in a whole different way. So make sure that you dig deep. You have the tools to dig deep, so go for it. All right, so that's what the exam looks like. It's not necessarily timed. You can take as much time as you want on it. You have unlimited attempts, and it keeps the highest score. Let's see. Um, So anyhow, that's what your McGraw-Hill looks like, and that's also what your unit activity looks like. So make sure that you get these done. I mean, I would recommend having this done sometime in the next week or two. So you want to work on things every day if possible, if you have a little bit of time. I just want to go to OpenStax real quick. Again, there's a table of contents. You just open that. And basically, we're doing the first 4 or 5 chapters, okay, in module 1/unit 1. But and again, if you watch my videos on the course YouTube channel and go through my PowerPoints or my Google Slides, I don't spend a lot of time on chemistry because really we're trying to spend most of our time understanding anatomy. So we do a lot with chemistry next semester though. So anyhow, I don't want to get too bogged down with that. All right. So anyway, I'd say unit 1 and unit 2, you'd want those done. This would be your module 1. So you'd want to have those done along with this. I would say, by the second week of June, so you can get going on the next unit, which is muscles and bones, or bones and muscles. All right, let me see. I don't have much else. Um, I'm just checking my notes. Oh yeah. The other thing, again, we don't do wet labs, so you don't have to worry about anything with wet labs. You can do this if you want. It's not required. Course YouTube channel. Again, my key to the activities is in there, as well as all my lecture videos that go with these lecture slides. HESI prep, if those of you who are nursing majors, you're going to have to take the HESI. So you want to go to the HESI prep tools, check that out. And speaking of which, you're also going to put this for nurses. You're going to want to go, you're going to want to email Vanessa Mars, V as in Victor, Mars, like the planet, V Mars, like the planet, at GTC Gateway, at gtc.edu. She's a faculty member in your nursing program. But you're gonna email her, introduce yourself, and ask her for access to this Nursing Success Coaching Corner. Hey, I'll click on that. So then it has some HESI prep, has a lot of other study groups. It's got all kinds of cool stuff in there for you. Okay, so as you approach becoming accepted into the nursing program, a lot of this is going to be very relevant to you. But even before you get accepted, you definitely want to check this out. But that's again, you have to request access to it. Okay, and then it'll be located under your organizations tab in Brightspace. All right, so let me see. Okay, so here's what it looks like. See, it's got some HESI info in there too. Hmm. And a bunch of other goodies. So make sure you email, and again, it's V as in Victor, MARS, VMARS at gtc.edu. All right. And then again, it'll probably be located under organizations in your Brightspace. So it won't be under your semester tab. All right. That's pretty much it. Oh, I also wanted to mention some of you are probably aware of Quizlet. So this is another great tool to use. You can create your own note cards, log in with your gateway email. There's some awesome stuff in there for you to look at. And then lastly, come in here. I think it's under SE Prep Tools. I've got one other item. These Padlets. These are not required, but these are also excellent tools. They have a bunch of links in there that you can do different things with for understanding what we're doing. So I put these together. You're not required to do them, but they are like a wiki board. They're going to have little thumbnail videos on understanding all of our topics as well. So again, just another way of learning what we do in here. All right, that's it. If you guys have questions, please send me an email. Have a great week.